to Marissa's Kitchen. This is hopefully my final update for my Trim Healthy Mama pregnancy. I have 3 other updates which you can check out. I can link to those at the end, but be sure and check those out if you haven't kept up with me and you would like to. But yeah, I am 36 and a half weeks. I'm having a scheduled C-section in a week and a half. So yeah, baby is almost here and I am so ready for my pregnancy to be over. It has gone pretty good overall. This 3rd trimester, I have actually been the least uncomfortable that I have the whole pregnancy. So I don't really understand it, other than I think, you know, doing Trim Healthy Mama has definitely made a difference in that way. And I made it through the heat wave here in Anchorage, which was really, really miserable at night because we do not have air and the houses here are meant to retain heat. And also 84 in Alaska feels a lot different than in the lower 48 because of the way the sun is hitting and how long our days are. So sleeping was really miserable. My feet were horribly swollen, but thankfully that has passed and it's back to our kind of normal summer overcast mid-60s weather. So we're enjoying the reprieve from the heat, even though it was really nice to thaw out after the winter and before the next winter starts. So yeah, the heat was different with being this far along. So other things that have been going on, I've been able to do my work-ins at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I really can tell that's making a difference for me as just feeling strong. I've been doing Leslie Sansone, and I will link above to the workout video that I've been doing recently that I really like of hers. I love Leslie Sansone walk videos, and I have been enjoying trying to do more fuel pulse snacks at night. Not always great with that. I'm a big snacker at night. But what I've been doing, especially when it's really hot, it was really refreshing to do the baby frap. And I think that's in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. And I've been enjoying a lot of the other shakes in the hot weather. So I'm trying to think what else to tell you. Last week I got to go to a Trim Healthy Mama freezer meal class, and it was something that we have a THM Alaska group, and it was advertised on there, and Allison was like, hey Marissa, did you see that there's this like 10 meal class? And so we ended up, I really debated back and forth about going, and my husband and son just got back from picking up Dawson from a Boy Scout camp out, so you might hear them come in. But I ended up going to this class, and it was well worth the time and the money to have 10 meals put in my freezer. And so I'm super thrilled to have some THM meals put away for after baby comes. And I have my bag packed for the hospital, and I have a small list of THM things that I'm gonna take. So that includes some sweetener if like I order oatmeal or whatever, because I'm gonna be in the hospital for 3 to 4 days. So I'm thinking through, okay, they're supplying all my meals, but what would I like to supplement to be able to kind of still stay on plan? And so, I mean, I'm not gonna be super strict just because I'm gonna be recovering from surgery, but I would like to still try to stay on plan if I can. So I have some sweetener put aside. I'm probably gonna bring a thing of low carb tortillas because I figure I can make use of those with, you know, if I get a wrap, I can re-wrap it. I'm totally fine doing that, or wrap up if I get a burger, or I'm trying to think through what I ordered 6 years ago when I had Brennan. And then I probably gonna put some chocolate in there so I won't have too many desserts. And there was something else, but now, I made baked oatmeal and put it in the freezer so I can take that with me and supplement whatever my breakfast is. Like if I order eggs or something, then I have a sugar-free option. So that is what I'm thinking for when I'm at the hospital. And other than that, I have really been enjoying the last week these Avalanche bars, and they're from Unconformed Kitchen. Phoebe at Unconformed Kitchen came up with this recipe, and I ended up topping mine with some chocolate and with Lily's melted chocolate chips, and they're really good. My husband cannot get past the fact that they have pork rinds in them, and I have never had pork rinds before, and I think this was my first time having pork rinds, except for at the Alaska State Fair last year with my friend Katie. One of the barbecue places gave you pork rinds on the side, and I tried like one. So this is my first time making them in a recipe, and don't let that scare you off because they reminded me of like a Scotcheroo or like a Rice Krispie bar. So that I will go into my review now, but hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for tracking with me on my THM pregnancy, and next time I see you, unless I post another review in there, I'll hopefully be holding a baby. See you guys. Bye. I just wanted to add a couple things. The chocolate chips that I used to put on my Avalanche bars, I used the regular dark ones, but I also am in love with these milk chocolate lilies. If you haven't tried them, they are like my new favorite thing. I love eating these just by themselves, but they were really good topped on there. And I went back and watched my review because I did film my recipe review a little while ago, and I apologize for any repeat information like about the pork rinds and the heat here in Anchorage. But I don't have tons of time to edit, so if you can just bear with me, I'm just gonna leave that in there. And I did want to say though that I would have added more gentle sweet is something I mentioned in the recipe review. And the strange thing about stuff with stevia is that the longer it sits, I feel like the sweeter it gets. And so I felt like the amount of sweetener was actually really good. So disregard what I'm gonna say in my review about adding more sweetener. Unless you're gonna consume them like that day, then you might wanna add a little more, but I thought they kind of got sweeter. And my friend Kelly, I served some to her when she came over for lunch the other day. She really liked them, and Dawson, however, thought they tasted like potato. So that was kind of funny that he wasn't a fan. But other than that, I think that was everything I was going to add. So yeah, bear with me on my repeats. Again, I'm repeating. And you don't need to add more sweetener. So I thought they were delightful. Great job, Phoebe, on the recipe. And so here's the recipe. Hi, and welcome to Marissa's Kitchen, where it is like 80-something degrees here in Alaska, which is really hot for us Alaskans. And I am trying a new recipe called Avalanche bars. They are no bake, so that was one thing that drew me to them. And they are kind of like supposed to be sort of a crispy peanut butter yummy bar. So they are from the website Unconformed Kitchen, and this is my first time trying a website. This is my first time trying a recipe from her website. And I have it mixed up, so I'm gonna turn the view around real quick. Even with crushing the pork rinds, this is my first time using pork rinds in a recipe. I think it took me about less than 10 minutes to mix this up. So this is what I had left over because mine, it calls for a 3-ounce bag and I had a 4-ounce. So this is what I had left over. They did not smell amazing when I opened them. I was like, this is not very appetizing. But you mix this up with some coconut oil and peanut butter and some sweet blend, super sweet blend. And I have never seen my coconut oil be liquid before in Alaska, and this is the first time. So yeah, look, took me less than 10 minutes. I'm gonna put it in this pan and stick it in the freezer for 45 minutes. I did take a little bite of this and it was really good. So I'm excited to try these once they harden. Okay, so I have them in the pan now. It did not make very thick. I don't know if you can see, it's not super thick, but my guess is that she said not to try it, like you really have to let it sit for the 45 minutes in the freezer to really get them crispy. So the fact that it's thinner probably will help that timing. But I'm thinking you could put these in an 8x8 if you wanted them thicker. Yeah, and I just used a rolling pin and my hands to smash up the pork rinds. Okay, so I just tasted my first Avalanche bar, and I really like the crunchiness because I really like crunchy things, and that's something that I sometimes miss on THM. So, but the pork rinds, I could kind of taste them. I don't know, maybe it's the brand I used. And I do think it could be a little sweeter, but I have a super sweet tooth, and no pun intended with THM sweeteners, but and I'd probably maybe add some gentle sweet to this next time. The other thought I had is what it would be like to add some butterscotch extract and like a chocolate layer. So I like them. I don't love stuff with a lot of coconut oil in it, so like it was, I noticed after I was eating it, now granted it's really warm in my kitchen, but that, you know, it was greasy on my fingers, really greasy from the coconut oil. So they're very, very rich, and I don't think I would eat a lot of them at one time, but I would love to try it with those tweaks. But overall, I thought this kind of hit the spot as far as just having something salty, sweet, and crunchy. So that is my 2 cents on it.